In this video, I'm going to be talking about something that hasn't really been mentioned at all by the devs even really that much, but it is something that is going to be on the way, which is the Voidsea update, Deepwoken's biggest update. Information has just started rolling out about this thing, and I wanted to talk about that and Conquest, and let me know what you guys think.
There's going to be a lot of things that they're changing up for Conquest. They're going to do like a good bit of nerfs. One example, I guess I can talk because it was brought up in tester chat, is Capra. Capra, the healing like passive is probably going to be nerfed because it's really fucking good. And so they're probably going to nerf a couple of, what is it called? A couple of things. Conquest will flop. I don't think it'll flop. I think it'll do pretty good because regardless, even if you don't fuck with the game mode, I think we've had such a big player count spike when they add one oath or like one origin, bro. When they add like 4 or 5 of them bitches together with 4 or 5 other shits that usually spike the player count, it's like there's shit people gonna be fucking with. Like I said though, bro, I'm just gonna give my own personal opinions real quick. I like the game mode, whatever, right? Cool, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, I like our rewards we have right now. I just think there are some more aspects that could be added. I know they're gonna tee up right before they release because that's how it usually works. They add a lot of the side shit close to release. I'm just saying though, bruh, I feel like there's like a lot more good ideas that could be thrown in the shits because there's already a good amount, but I feel like there's a couple categories that could be hit. You know what I'm saying? The Hero Blade Oath. The Hero Blade Oath is pretty cool. Very I think there's gonna be a lot of diversity with that. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of Conquest because it's instanced and it's PvP. 2 big things that people don't like sometimes. But what I will say is, even with ward events, right? Ward events, okay, you know, they dropped the ward events. I really do think, okay, past the summer of Deepwoken, let's just say the summer of Deepwoken happens, we get our Conquest ward events a little bit later. I'm telling you, bro, our potential next update after that will be, I really think they just need to say it's a new Luminant. I'm just gonna say it. They need to announce after world events that there is going to be a new Luminant, which will be the Voidsea Southern Luminant. Swear to fuck, bro. Swear to God, that will get niggas hype as shit. Please, bro, it makes sense. We got a new layer, PvP, overworld, new Luminant. Please, chat, we can agree, right? I'm telling you, and they are starting to work. They have work on it, but they need to see. I was talking about it, right? Voidsea Expeditions, they have work on the shits, but they need to say that it's a new Luminant and not Void. I'm telling you, they gotta market it right. They can say it's a new Luminant, Southern Luminant. Bam! I swear to God, 100k players, please. And let me tell you, chat, the way Archmage described it to me when I asked him about it, that's gotta be update of the century. It is better than Conquest. It is better than Layer 2, and it probably will be better than World Events. This is the update niggas actually want. Okay, that's just me being honest. I think that's what motherfuckers will really want the most out of everything I've always heard. Okay, that is gonna be prime deep. Yes, better than Void Tower. I'm so serious. And y'all know I fuck with the Void Tower. Trying to hype something when you're lying about 9% of Deepwoken content? What do you mean lying? I'm saying it. I think it's better than the shits. Let me explain why. You know, I'm gonna go through each of them. Okay, quick little ramble here. Quick little ramble as we're approaching the stream. Okay, Voidsea content. I'm just gonna call it the new Luminant update. Verse 3. Hey, might as well. Come on, bro. They gotta. Let's get on with it. Right? Verse 3, new Luminant update. Voidsea, whatever you really want to call it. Let me compare it. Layer 2. Layer 2, new monsters, new bosses, new area to explore. Okay. But guess what? The same shit's every time. The environment, eventually, it becomes an annoyance. People don't really care about going through Layer 2. It just becomes a method to get medallions. Right? Right? The same shit every time. And the biggest downside is the fact that it's the same shit every time, and there's only like fucking 4 or 6 players of your own choice that you can bring along. A lot of things that it's lacking, especially player interaction. It gets boring quickly. Conquest, high potential for replayability because it's PvP, true. But in long term, I think
it's PvP. It's not exploration. It's not what people originally envisioned for the deep shits. It's good for diverse PvP, and I agree. But it's not that exploration verse 1 experience that motherfuckers waiting for. World events. World events, in my opinion, gets a little closer. But based on what I'm hearing, it is still not comparable to the original verse 1 experience. That original when you first play the game and you're going out with your friends to Arisia and fucking first time seeing a shark. Closer. Better than verse 2. We'll see. Closer to that experience, I don't know. But not comparable. The Voidsea shits. Bro. That, I swear to God, it has to be the closest thing to verse 1 experience, just off the way they talk about the shits, bro. The randomization. Actually using your ship. Going out on sea and actually going on a trip and a journey. Exploring randomized islands. Banging it out with new bosses and new mobs. And then PvP on top of that. On sea and on randomized islands. Bro, that washes any current thing. It washes layer 2. It washes Conquest. It washes probably world events. Bro, it sounds like that. That sounds like what niggas really want. Exploration. Fighting. Finally incorporating ships and possible new quests and shit. And making it feel like every time you go in that bitch, it feels like a new journey. And the best thing about it is that it can lead to potential banger ass memories with your homies. What? All I'm gonna say is, I hope they say that it's a brand new Luminant. That way there's hella hype and they have hella reason to give it so much content. I think they should just give it a year. I'm so serious. Just give it a fucking year. This is not me lying. This is, I'm telling you, Archmage's ideas as well. I'm not gonna get into the specifics, but I think it'll be good eats. I think it'll be good eats. Because a lot of people, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you look at the shits, if you look at the roadmap, right? I can't explain this without permission, but if you take a look at the roadmap, it's very obvious. They say here it's gonna be world events and conquest. They already did Battle Royale, and then Void Tower Dungeon and guild-based raids. If you notice, nothing here mentions the Voidsea Expedition, and that's for a reason. Archmage has never talked about it. That's actually crazy that but he gave me the okay because he wanted to hear what people thought about the shits. He wants to hear what people thinks about the shits. But I think what's gonna happen is that all I'm gonna say is I think the roadmap will be changed, because while I do fuck with the Void Tower Dungeon instance experience, right? I think what they're going to be doing with the Voidsea shits is potentially so much more, how do I say it? I think what they can do with the Southern Luminant and exploring that shit and it being a new Luminant basically, has so much more greater potential for a lot more enjoyable moments and that verse 1 experience when niggas first play the shits, that they might just end up doing that before they actually even do Void Tower. I'm being so serious. I feel like that has, even Ark said, I think it has like, it sounds like more of a banger idea is what I'm trying to say. Can we agree? Y'all already know, I'm the Void Tower glazer, but something that sounds like it can bring back. And the thing is too, you know what the thing is? Deep has been like that. It has been very similar, right? It's been very similar. You make build, you fight in chime, you do overall gank, you PvE, right? But all that, you know, even though that's the current rotation of Deep right now, like there hasn't been anything that really shakes up the core of that. You know what I mean, right? Now we're adding in a potential thing that really could shake it up, and that is actually being on the sea. Sea-based content actually being fleshed out, and more exploration in the game being added. I think hella motherfuckers would enjoy that, and it has the potential. And bro, they could just throw in dungeons inside the damn Voidsea shits too. You and your crew could fucking probably sail up on a random island, and there's a dungeon on that island that you go into. It's all talk, Aga. No, chat, believe, okay? Trust me. I think what
I think a lot of people are saying it's gonna be, they don't want to be instance content, and I can agree with you, but I think like a good way they could do it is like, it's not necessarily a server you can join, but it's like, it's instanced in the fact that like, it's a 25 player, or like, it's like a big instance server. So it feels like a regular server, but it's not like your own special server. It's a you know what I mean, right? Like you're joining a server that you can run into. It's not your special, oh, layer 2. I can't run into anyone here. Conquest is just my enemies. No, bruh. It's like, you know what I mean, right? Like you might be able to run into some other motherfuckers. So not instanced. So just a regular server. No, because the thing is, in regular servers, right, you can like join a server list and then join, right? I think it's gonna be like a combo, is what I'm trying to say. Where it's like, it might be like the potential to have as many players, or like you can run into other players, but in our current instance servers, right, in Duke, in other shits, you can't run into other players in the fucking Duke or layer 2, right? So like layer 2, but you can run into other people. I guess you could say that. Like how I would imagine it is like, you have like a giant ass seed. Maybe it takes like 40 or 30 minutes to go from this side to this side, right? Giant Voidsea, very big. And maybe like whenever you spawn in, everyone spawns in at like maybe like a radius of this, right? Everyone spawns in around here. And maybe like if you get in a server that's like EU and you're NA, maybe you can leave and then rejoin, right? If you're in this area. And once you leave like the starter area, right, there's like a giant spawn, so you don't spawn next to so, you know, you don't spawn next to players who can kill you, right? Like a giant spawn where, you know, there's like a, right? And once you go out into the sea, you can't log. You know what I mean, right? Like you're committed. I think that'd be gas. Chat, is that gas? You know what I mean, right? Hey, bro, like once you get past like the line, hey, you can't leave, bro. You better make sure this is your server. You better make sure you got your squad. You better make sure you have your fucking food. Get ready for exploration. Type shit. And then you gotta go and then return type shit. If you don't return, you ain't getting no loot. Chat, is that fire? I swear to God. Chat, let's do a prayer. Lord, please. I pray that Deepwoken, they need to drop that shit. No, nigga. No, but it's gonna be 2027. Amen. Let them drop that shit now. It's never happening. Bro, chat, it deadass. It would deadass be a better One Piece game than any other One Piece game out there. Is that being real? Cause that bitch feels like One Piece. Niggas going out and exploring the shit. That feel more One Piece than One Piece game on Roblox, and it's Deepwoken. The only other game that has this is the Dark Sea, but I have my issues with the Dark Sea. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Arcane Odyssey combat just doesn't hit with a lot of niggas. I think a lot of people just don't fuck with Arcane Odyssey's combat. Can we agree on that? I know it's not just jump up and throw ball, but a lot of people perceive it that way. You know what I mean, right? And it don't really hit with a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Deepwoken, motherfuckers can get behind the combat, right? Some people, even though it can be unbalanced, a lot of people like the core combat of the shits. Even in PvE, a lot of people like it. And I feel like because the combat has a lot more potential and is more diverse in what you can do, it leads to more PvE being potentially more interesting. When I was out in the Dark Sea, what would happen, right? It was very cool being able to run to like harsh environment, dangerous waters, right? And I see a randomized island. I'm like, okay, bet. I come over to an island, right? I see an enemy. The enemy shooting like jump up beam at me, jump up ball at me, and if I don't dodge it, I take 500 damage, and I get like 2 shot once I get super far in. And I'm like, and low-key, it's like that for like a third of the monsters. There was like the harpies that like shot the bows, and maybe there was like the shark. Am I missing any monsters? Because that sounds like I can count on one hand, maybe 4 if I'm missing one, 5 perhaps. We're like deep, the amount of monsters you can already run to is like fucking 30. And then, of course, for the Voidsea shits, they better be dropping some new monsters and new bosses. Obviously, they would. Shit, they're doing that for fucking Conquest. But I digress. But like I said, right? So, even though the Dark Sea gets some of it right, I feel like because Arcane Odyssey, for me personally, I know other people disagree, but for me, the combat doesn't hit. because the Dark Sea was so like, Dark Sea worked in the Arcane Odyssey, right? I fucked with it for a good couple of days. I was fucking with it, but it didn't have enough depth in certain areas, like fighting monsters or the combat, for me to stay engaged. And there was only one thing I could really go in and look for, which was like the chests, right? And I brought back the same sort of chest. But I feel like there's so much more that could be done, and done in deep, that could make it greatly excel the Dark Sea. And I really like the Dark Sea because nobody else had done it on Roblox. It made it feel like One Piece. When I heard the Voidsea could be that, but fucking 100x, I got hype. And that's why I think I'm going to drop a video. The Deepwoken's best update, or Deepwoken's biggest update. It's got to be the best or biggest update. He did say after every sea, new Dark Sea stuff would be added. I know he said that. So I understand the Dark Sea might have been lacking a little bit. But like I said, bro, I feel like for the Voidsea shit, please, bro, let them call that shit, please, for the marketing and hype sake. Let them call that bitch a new Luminant. I swear on everything, bro. Hella niggas finna come back. If they say this is first 3, we're dropping a new Luminant and it's fucking exploration. Bro, we are so up. I swear to God, this bitch finna have 150k. Chat, I'm praying because I know the potential for deep, but I'm so serious. I always talk about potential. Now, let's see that shit actually gets done. Because that sounds like the perfect update. Bro, I see no complaints. The only complaints I see is niggas who don't fuck with the sea. That's why they rework the shits. But exploration, if there's PvP and PvE and exploration, but I feel like it's got a lot. I feel like you already got niggas covered. Too much expected? Maybe. But guess what? Layer 2 didn't introduce any new PvP, and guess what? Niggas fucked with that because it had new shits for PvP players to eventually play with. Bro, and it would be perfect for weeklies too, bruh. It would be perfect because guess what? Instead of throwing everything immediately out there for everything to get, they could be like, hey, we added a new secret to the Voidsea. That bitch could take 3 weeks to discover because the Voidsea has, you have to explore the bitch. You can't just immediately get the, see what I'm saying, bro? And then I don't even need to explain no more, chat. Like I said, if I could go in the bitch and fucking drop the content myself, I would. But I have high hopes. I'm always, the reason why I'm a #1 Deepwoken Glazer is because I know the potential for it. It could excel any game on Roblox. Shit, it already has, in my opinion, but I know it could go so far ahead and start excelling a lot of AAA games. I think it already does some. There's definitely some that are better than Deep, but I feel like if they, I swear, if they really hit on it, it would be like a fucking a Gojo Black Flash in terms of a game, bro. What they will likely do is take some of the things that make Curse Gear enjoyable, mix that bitch up with the future Deep updates, and I'm telling you, you got bangers. I'm telling you, you got bangers. Chat, look, I understand the wait sucks ass. But, bro, the thing is, we know that at least from what we can tell, they at least deliver. And when I say that I think this update is going to be better than any update we've ever seen, I will let y'all know, though. If I play the bitch and it's trash, I'm going to be like, this bitch, I'm going to be disappointed. I'll be like, yo, this is not it. Because if it's not it, I'll be like, bro, please. This either need more content or it needs more I'll say it. Because I don't play around with that shit. Okay? The testers will say when something's trash. We've said that before. We said that with Conquest. We said this bitch is not it. And then they fix up the shits. Bam! Now it's in. But like I said, bro, I digress. Okay? Let me go fucking... But yeah, guys, for now, I'm gonna dip. Enough ramble. Thank you so much for the donations. Let me see if I missed any real quick. But yeah, chat, I'm gonna go test Conquest. Thank you so much for watching. And you guys have a great day. Peace.